Hello students. Today we are going to learn in electronic science paper number 6 in the semester seconds. Then the paper number 6 in unit seconds, manipulating, computing and compensating devices. Now this is the points of these chapters: bridge circuits, operational amplifiers, instrumentation amplifiers, transconductance and the transimpedance amplifier, noise problems, shielding and the grounding, generalize the data acquisition systems, elements of data acquisition systems, single data acquisition systems, multi-channel data acquisition, sample and hold circuits, ADC, DAC and multiplexers. Now, first point is the bridge circuits. The bridge circuits, it is the various types of measurement like as the resistance, capacitance and the inductance. Then we have seen that the many transistors, it converts the physical variable to the resistance, then capacitance, inductance or whatever. Then bridge circuits, it is the considerably in interest. While the simple resistance bridge circuits are widely used in the bridge circuits. Then bridge circuits, it is the simplest form, that is the voltage, and it is either AC or DC. That it is the measurement applications like as the bridge is the resistive transistor such as the strain gauge, resistance thermometer or the thermistors. Now the principle of the bridge circuit is the null method and the deflection methods. We have to use in the two different ways in the bridge circuits. Then suppose the resistors is adjust to the bridge circuits or the balance. This is the bridge circuits, Wheatstone bridge circuits. Then the primary applications of these circuits, it is the signal conditioning. It is a convert of the variation resistance or the variation of voltage. Now first we apply the voltage Vs and 4 resistors are used and it is connected in the bridge types R1, R2 and the R3. This is the Wheatstone bridge circuits. Then these resistance R1, R2, R3 and the R4. Suppose if R1 changes, then the meter deflections is R2. It is adjusted by the manually. And the R2 is meter reading. R2 is adjusted, that is the null positions or the zero positions. In these methods, it is a numerical value of change in R1. It is directly related to the change in R2. The null and deflection methods are this is used. The deflection method, that is the calibrated meter, is needed. And if the error is introduced, the meter reading is changed by the null methods. Then null method is the variable resistors are used. That means main difference of the deflection method and the null method. Deflection methods are used in the calibrations meter reading and null method is used as the variable resistors. Now this is the equations for the bridge circuits. Then V1 is equal to first part R1 and R2 across the voltage V1. V1 is equal to R2 upon R1 plus R2 into Vs, and second voltage is applied in these parts V2. It is denoted by R3 and R4. Then V2 is equal to R4 divided by R3 plus R4 into Vs. Then the total voltage, it is the difference between these two voltages. These two voltage V2 minus V1 is equal to R4 upon R3 plus R4 minus R2 upon R1 plus R2 into Vs. This is the reciprocal of, or it is a R1 upon R2 is equal to R3 upon R4. That means V0 is equal to the 0. In this situation, the bridge circuit is balanced. That is, R1 upon R2 is equal to R3 upon R4. That means the change in any resistive element, the unbalanced condition, hence V0 is the non-zero conditions. Then next, if we are replacing the R3 in the active of strain gauge, the Rg is the vary in delta R. That means the value of resistor R3 is equal to Rg plus delta of R. Then this variable resistor shows the variable value. That means V0 is equal to V2 minus V1 is equal to R4 upon Rg plus delta R plus R4 minus R2 upon R1 plus R2 into Vs. Then these examples, like as we solve these examples, the resistor bridge is given by R1, R2, R3 value is given 120 ohm and R4 is equal to 121 ohm if the supply voltage, that is supply voltage Vs is equal to 10 volt, then find the voltage offset, that is V out is equal to V2 minus V1 is equal to R3 upon R3 plus R4 minus R2 upon R1 plus R2 into Vs. Then by put this value R1, R2, R3 and R4 and Vs, by take the calculations and solve these examples. Now next point is the operational amplifier. In short, it is the op-amp. Then it is operational amplifier, it like as a IC. The operational amplifier is like as the IC. It is a 741 IC. It's the basically. Then it is used in the electronic assembly. It is also called as the instrumentation amplifier, filters, and analog and digital data processing equipments. Then we discuss the op-amps. It is the transistor like as the low cost integrating circuits, that is the consist of transistor, resistor and capacitors. Now to amplify the signals to the external power supplies, then the name of drives from the perform operations of the signals. That means the basic signals we have studied in this part are the instrumentations amplifiers. Now this is the circuit symbol of IC741 or the op-amp. It is a pin identifications. It is a 16 pin IC. 2 and 3 number, this is the inputs. Then 2 number, it is the negative sign indicates that the inverting input, plus 3 plus sign that indicates the non-inverting inputs. 6 number is the output. 7 number is a plus voltage supply. 4 number minus voltage supplies. 1 and 5 number, it is a null offset or the offset null. This is the circuit symbol or the pin identifications of the op-amp. Now there are the two inputs, inverting inputs and the non-inverting inputs. We will study. First is the inverting inputs. Inverting inputs, it is the 2 numbers, it indicates the minus signs, and the non-inverting terminal it get ground. That means R1, Rin and Rf, there are two resistors are used here. Rin is the input resistors. It is the input resistors. It is across the input currents and the input voltage Vin. Then feedback resistor, it is the Rf that gets the I out and V out. Then find out the inverting amplifier, or it is the voltage. That means gain of this formula V out divided by V in, that is the gain. Then V out is equal to, V out divided by V in is equal to, it depends, minus signs, two numbers indicates the minus signs, into RF divided by R, or the R in. This is the formula of inverting amplifier. V out divided by V in is equal to minus RF upon R. Then second is the non-inverting amplifier. Non-inverting amplifier, that means 3 number input voltage is applied and 2 number input voltage, or the 2 number it is grounded at it is inverting terminal figure as it is same here, but input is applied in the non-inverting amplifier, that is the plus signs V in. Then V out divided by V in is equal to 1 plus Rf upon Rm. This is the gain of non-inverting amplifiers. Then amplifier or the op-amp has many parts of circuits, that is the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, integrations. This is the applications of op-amps. Now first application, it is the summing circuits, that is the adder circuits. The adder circuits, it is used in these sections, in these diagrams. In the inverting terminal, input voltage is applied, non-inverting terminal get grounded, that is the V is equal to 0 volt, is equal to, find the voltage, that is the addition of these voltages. Then 2 number input voltage is applied in the V1, V2 and V3. It is applied across the resistor R in separately. Then to calculate the gain, the gain is here. First, across the resistor R1 is equal to gain ACL1 is equal to minus RF upon R1. Then gain ACL2 is equal to minus RF upon R2, and ACL3 is equal to minus RF upon R3. This is the 3 gain V1, V2 and the V3 is equal to, V0 is equal to minus V1 into RF upon R1 minus V2 into RF upon R2 minus V3 R2 upon RF upon R3 is equal to, that is the V1, V2, V3. RF upon R1, this is the value is the same. That means all resistors are equal in value. There is a common value. Then V0 is equal to minus V1 plus V2 plus V3. This is the summation of these circuits by using the op-amp. Then we will ask those questions. The voltage, input voltage is given, and find the output voltage by the summing circuits. V1, V2, V3 are the value is given, then find the output voltage in this formula. Now second is the difference circuits. Difference means the subtractions. The subtraction, that is a comparisons. The comparison, that means the compare the two inputs. We apply the inverting and the non-inverting in terminals. Then V1 is the inverting terminal and V2 is the non-inverting terminals. V1 is a negative and V2 is the positive. That means formula is here, V out is equal to V2 minus V1. V2 is a positive and V1 is a negative. That is a subtraction of these two signals V1 and V2. Then output of signal is proportional to the difference of two inputs V2 minus V1. Then calculate these parts, or calculate these equations. V out is equal to V2 into R3 plus R1 into R4 divided by R4 plus R2 into R1 minus V1 R3 upon R1. Then V out is equal to V2 minus V1. This is the difference circuits of the op-amps. Then next applications is the instrumentation amplifier. The instrumentation amplifier is the 3 op-amp used here. There is 3 op-amp used here. Then the instrumentations amplifier, it is a particular class and the configurations that is given the name of instrumentation amplifier. Then it shows the basic types of 3 op-amps. Using these op-amps, it is a building blocks, and these op-amps are basic building block to the instrumentation amplifiers that is used in the instrumentation amplifier. By it is a fixed configurations of the major characteristics of the high common mode rejection ratio, that is the CMRR, common mode rejections ratio, and the input impedance. This is the major characteristics of the instrumentations amplifier: low noise and drift, moderate bandwidth, and the limited range of gain. This is the characteristics of op-amps. Then these op-amps input carry no currents, that is the single current I flows through these circuits. Then this shows the diagram of instrumentations amplifiers. Input voltage is applied. Z in the V1, V2, it is the inputs is applied here. Then V out is the output voltage. Then these circuits, it is again is the unity. The differentials and the common mode input resistance are infinity. Then the actual values of the instrumentation amplifier, it is the readily available, and the common mode rejection ratios, it is achieved in the source of resistance, it is the unbalanced resistors. Then this instrumentations amplifier, it is the most demanding applications, which is a low level signals on the top of high common mode voltages and the interference from the motors, power lines in the instrumentations amplifiers. Now next is the transconductance and the transimpedance amplifier. The transconductance and transimpedance amplifier, only definition will ask in the transconductance and the transimpedance. Now transimpedance is the when the input is voltage and the output is current, the amplifier is called as the transconductance, and the reverse situation is the transimpedance. I will see here, when the input voltage and when the input is a voltage and output is a current, the amplifier is called as transconductance, whereas the reverse situation is called as transimpedance. This is the definitions of the transconductance and the transimpedance. The transconductance amplifier, it is the dimension of transfer functions like as the amperes per volt. That is, we apply a voltage input, we accept the output current is proportional to that the voltage. This is the main part of transconductance and the transimpedance. Now next is the noise problems. The noise problems is the single amplifier of op-amp circuits, that is the instrumentations, and the isolation amplifiers. It is the capability for successfully dealing with the noisy environments that improves the noise effects, so that the simplest and the cheapest types of amplifier, that is the provides of the satisfactory services, can be utilized here. It is the gradual change of amplifier offset and the basic currents that is resulting from temperature, time, and the line voltage, that is sometimes is called as the noise problems. Then next is the shielding and the guarding. The shielding and the guarding, it is the integrated circuit amplifier. It's a sockets and the pair of ports. It is connected to the one intentional thermocouples. Can we have the uni-intentional thermojunctions in the series of the shielding and the grounding effects. Now, next is the data acquisition systems. The data acquisition systems is the convergence of process and the electric or physical phenomenon such as the voltage, current, temperature or sound flow rate with the computers. Then this is the convergence of the analog to digital or digital to analog amplifiers. Now the data acquisition systems, this is the block diagram of data acquisition systems. First is the physical systems, transducer sensor, signal conditioning, A to D converter, that is analog to digital converter, and the computers. Now first it is the single channel data convergence. It is performing the free running internally determined arrays the digital code words including the in these block diagrams. Now first block is the physical systems. Now we apply the first inputs, it like as a temperatures, pressures, motions, flow or any simple signals. Then next block is the transducer sensor, that is noise is added these parts. Then this noise is added the transducer of the sensor. Then signal conditions, we filter these signals by using the amplifier circuits. Then the pure signal is here. Then next block to analog to digital converter, that means input signal is the analog, it is converted into digital signals by using the digital code lock, that is the sample code. And this sample code, it is a digitized signals, it is from the 0 and 1. That means 0 and 1, this is the number systems. By using the computers, it is memory systems. Then the entry code of the signals, it is the 8-bit entry codes, that is 000 up to the 00 somethings. This is the data acquisition systems. Simple, if we signal is applied, then to find the noise of these signals, then filter these signals, it is a conversion of analog to digital and the data get computerized. This is the block diagram of data acquisition systems. Now next is the systems elements of the data acquisition systems. The system elements, it can be most in the critical in the obtaining reliable of high performance operations. The transforms the PC digital to analog hardwares into the computer, complete digital to analog analysis and the display systems. Then we used different alternatives, programmable softwares and the data acquisition software packets. Then next is the single data acquisition systems. The single data acquisition system, it is a data that consists of single conditioner. It is followed by the analog to digital converters. It performs the repetitive convergence at the free running. It is internally determined the rates. Then the output of the digital code words, it is includes in the over range. And The popular digital panel meters is a well-known example of the single channel data acquisition systems. Now, next is the multi-channel data acquisition systems. The multi-channel data acquisition systems, it is the time shared by the two or more input sources that depends on the desired properties of the multiplex systems. The number of techniques are employed for the time shared measurements. That is, the large systems can combine several kinds of multiplexing and the addition of cascaded tires at the same kinds of the multi-channels. It is the conventional multi-channel data systems that has a single A to D converters. It is proceed by the multiplexers. Then this analog signals is applied directly. Then the after pre-amplifications of the single conditionings, it is necessary. The multiplexer, it is converted into the digital signals by A to D converters, and it is subsequently the most efficient of the time multiplexer. It is made by the next channel to convert it to the previous data is stored in the sample hold circuits. It is converted to the digital form, and this convergence is complete. The status line from the one converter, the sample to hold circuits, that is sample mode, it acquires the signal to the next signals. This is the multi-channel analog systems or the acquisition systems. Then next part is the sample and hold circuits. The sample and hold circuits is also depends on the instrumentation's amplifiers. The instrumentation's amplifier, it is the main part of sample and hold circuits. This is the circuit diagram. Now see here circuit diagram of sample and hold circuits. We use the sample is the input signals and hold is the sample values. That means the signal is sampled, it is called as the discrete signals. Then sample and hold circuits is used the sample of analog input for the short interval of time in the range of 1 to 10 microseconds, and the hold, it is the last sampled value until the input signal is sampled again. Then the holding period may be few milliseconds to the several seconds. This is the V inputs, that is the sample S1 control these signals. CH, this is the whole capacitors, that is the whole inputs. This is the input is applied at the non-inverting terminals. Inverting terminal is forward. Then the signal is sample hold. Sample means that this is the one signal. Hold means that is the zero signals. That is in digital form 1 0 1 0 1 0. Then next is the quantization and the encoding. The quantization and encoding, it is the output sample, that is the continuous amplitude or the continuous signals. Then the transmit of the digital signal, we must restrict the number of possible values. The quantization, it is the rounding off and the sample value according to the some rules. Suppose for example the round of the nearest tenth, this value is gives 3.752. That means 3.7 is near to the value of 8. That means after this values is neglect, then only we write the 3.8. Same as like that, second example is the 0.001. That means 0. something 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 0, its value is the nearly is equal to the 0. This is the quantizations. That is the rounding off processes. Rounding off, that means value is the large, point large. Then we write here the only small value that is like as the 3.75 to something. That means in short we write 3.8. Then next is the encoding. The encoding is the after identifying the closest value, that is a numerical value, is assigned to the encoded in the form of binary numbers. Then next point is the ADC and the DAC multiplexers. The ADC and the DAC multiplexers. ADC is the analog to digital converters. DAC is the digital to analog converters and multiplexers. Now first we discuss in the ADC. The ADC is the analog to digital converters. That means analog inputs and output is converted into digital form. When the selecting the analog to digital hardwares, that is number of input channels, single ended or the differential input signals, sampling rates, resolutions and the input range. Then analog to digital converter, this is the sampling rate, this is the signals. That is the first, it is the analog signals. Then it is the samples, signalizing these conditions, sample and hold circuits. By using the output of is the sampled circuit, that means in the digital form. This is the number of samples per second, the samples rates. Then this is the higher sampling rates, that is the better signals. Then this is the acquired of the signal gates, it is distorted if the rate is to be small. Then the minimum, this is the minimum values and this is the maximum values. This is the sampling rate of the continuous signals of the digital forms. Now second is the digital to analog converter. The digital to analog converter is the basic of digital to analog converter. It consists of the voltage reference. Then the network or the precise weighted resistors, it is a set of their states, that is there are two only conditions, on state or the off states. It is a digital input code. The digital input code, it is the on and off, and output will get using the analog signals. The output is get to be the input voltage in the digital form, it is a 0 and 1 conditions. That means the output is converted into analog by using the op amps. Then output will get in the analog forms. Then third is the multiplexers. The multiplexers is the many inputs and only one output. Many inputs and the only one outputs by using the analog to digital converters. Then the analog to digital, analog is the inputs and the multiplex the digital inputs. Then analog to digital converter is assigned to the individual channels, convergence and the rate of ADCs. This is needed for the channels. Then these conversions by using the lower cost of ADCs. Then multiplexers in the form by using the sample to hold circuits or the multiplexers, ADC, processor, buffer and the digital to digital multiplexers. Then this data, it is converted to digital form by use the perform of logic operations and the decisions. Then this the speed it occurs in the scanning rate also increased by the input channels. ADC outputs sometimes pass through the processor. That means the pre-specified manners to produce a digitals that performs the functions of data inputs, and the running average of the inputs also changes. The multiplexing data it is the low level data and the high level data. The low level data it is used in the single high quality data amplifiers and the handling of multi-channel low level inputs. This is the multiplexers of ADC, DAC and the multiplexers.